Okay, so before we start this review, this car still has the original radio in it, and look at the CD I found in it. Like, all right. That's all I listen to when I drive this car now. Okay, all right. Let's start this review with some Supercharger Noise.
This is my 1998 Acura Integra GSR with a Roots-style supercharger on it. So, as some of you guys who follow my channel have already been watching the build process of this car. If you haven't, I'd highly suggest it after you watch this video.
At this point, I know this car inside and out.
The Acura Integra has been known to be one of the greatest front-wheel drive sport compacts ever to exist. And some journalists will even claim that the Type R of the 90s is still better than most other sport compacts coming out today. This is not a Type R, but this is the closest you can get that isn't over $30,000. Cue the guy in the comments that said he found a Type R for $5,000 just now. What is one to do though if you want a Type R? Well, you have the GSR. The GSR was the v-tec model with all the sporty goodies.
This was sold as an Integra SI in the Japanese market. The B18C1 here made 170 horsepower at the crank, nearly 100 horsepower per liter, and that was back in the 90s.
And it's still cool to think that this car, the engineering that's gone into this car, stemmed and trickled down from Honda's Formula One engineering.
Before I forget, here's a banana for scale on the hood of the car, and here's one on the wing.
So, the supercharger. That is what makes this car epic.
But it looks like a stock base model Integra in here.
I wouldn't be afraid to say this car's up to par, or even faster than the stock Type R right now. But with the addition of this supercharger, and all the suspension mods it has, and all the rigidity mods it has, this car has a lot of bracing around it when I purchased it. It has this harness bar here, which does add a little bit of rigidity. It has a crossbar in the back, which a lot of people mistake for a cage, and it has more bracing in the engine bay as well. So, this really is almost like a poor man's Type R.
A rough modification list for this car would be, it has Koni GC coilovers, a triangulated engine brace, a rear crossbar, real Type R Recaros, a Jackson Racing supercharger, a Comptech intake, kamikaze headers, an OBX exhaust, and the motor has been built with eagle rods and pistons from a new company called Trom.
So how does it feel? How does it drive? And honestly, it feels go-kart-esque. It really does. It feels like a Miata almost. A lot of people that are watching this have probably driven a Miata, and Miatas feel like go-karts. And this gives that same sensation. It doesn't weigh as much as a Miata, it's a little more, but it gives that same sensation. The way the steering works, the feel you get from the wheel, and the way the car moves, and the way the front end dives in. It feels very go-kart-esque. Now where the go-kart feeling leaves is when you really start to push the car, and you start to learn that the rear end moves faster than the front end of this car, which I personally think is a very desirable trait in a front-wheel drive car, in a chassis that, in a driveline that's plagued with understeer.
And I say understeer in quotation marks because from my experience of the track, I've seen more front-wheel drive cars spin out than rear-wheel drive cars, and that might be due to the fact that front-wheel drive drivers don't have a lot of experience countersteering, so they don't know how to react. The point I'm trying to make though is that this car with the proper inputs will actually oversteer.
You give it gas when you want to go straight, you give it less when you want to turn in. Very basic fundamental. And the way you use that is up to the driver, but it gives you the option to really huck the car into a corner, lift off, get rotation, and when you see your exiters, you see the point where you want to accelerate out of the corner, you get back on the throttle, and you can really modulate how much angle you get out of the car. I mean, it's really easy to snap off and go to full lock, but the real balance of making this car fast is figuring out where to do that. How much angle do I want? You don't really want to go to full lock and then snap on the gas at your corner exit. You're losing time. But you're able to modulate in between the full range of countersteer, which it really sounds weird talking about a front-wheel drive car like this. I just want to talk about how cool this car looks. It feels so late 90s tuner. You just look at it, you're like, yeah, I'm a racer. It's a dirty, good feeling.
Yes, I know. I put Honda badges on my Acura, but in my defense, They never made an Acura badge to fit the Honda only front end, so what do you want me to do? Huh? Anyway, they're fake, they're $10 because they're gonna get stolen anyway.
It's so well put together, and I think the best part about how well put together it is how accessible a lot of these parts are for this car. I bought this car with a spun bearing and got a really good deal on it. And then rebuilding the motor, going fully built motor and everything to fix it, I probably put about under $2,000 into the car, which isn't a lot when you consider this motor is fully built and everything's been resealed. A lot of other miscellaneous parts have been changed, and I now have a motor that's capable of 600 horsepower if I wanted.
Never probably try to go to that, but my philosophy with building this motor was I wanted to overbuild it so it could take the abuse so I wouldn't have to worry about it at all. Essentially, it's like an OEM plus block. It's all the same compression ratio, same architecture. Everything's just beefed up with ARP bolts and really strong internals.
But really, it's an amazing car all around, has high limits, very capable. I mean, let's put the capability to this. With unlimited funds, one of the fastest time attack cars in North America is an Integra of this chassis from K-Tune. Can you believe that? It's crazy to think.
Now, the K-Tune Integra probably has nothing in common with the factory car other than the silhouette, but the point still stands that these are still a very competitive car in your local NASA or SCCA classes.
My favorite part about this car is how it hurts Subaru guys' feelings. Oh, they get mad when the Integra walks them. Oh, they see this big wing, they see this Type R front end, they see this lowered Honda. They're like, well, I'm gonna show them what my little 16G can do, or whatever turbos they have. Oh man, just drop the gear. They don't hear the supercharger because it's quiet, and bye Subaru! That's usually how it goes. Put the flashers on real quick, just to declare dominancy, and never see their eyes again because they'll never make eye contact with you.
You guys know how much I love Subarus though, right?
The interior is absolutely cherry for this year of car. It's in really good condition all over. Yeah. I wish I had more storage space though. I just have one glove box and that's it. But little things to complain about, huh?
The US absolutely missed out on the Type R Recaros though. They're an amazing seat. Now I do wish there was more cargo space though, for all the oil I have to keep on hand with me.
I hope you guys enjoyed this car review. This is my personal Integra. I really love this car. I don't think I'll ever want to get rid of it unless something comes up, but otherwise, if I don't have to, I won't get rid of this car. It's extremely fun. They're getting harder to find in this condition. It's gonna be really hard to give up, especially with all the goodies this car has on it. And honestly, this is kind of my Forza build of a Honda. This is exactly how I would have built it. And that's kind of why I jumped on it when I saw it. I already had the parts I would have built. You know, we all do that. We all go into like whatever website and we say, you know, I'm gonna click everything I want to build in my car and put it into the cart. And this car already had it.
Oh, and this Integra is sporting the new Federal RS Pro, so keep an eye out for a coupon code in the future.
Please like the video, subscribe, share with your friends, put it onto the Facebooks, whatever. Follow me on Instagram at BasimXCars. Like my Facebook page, BasimXCars. Yes, I'm plugging hard. I'm trying to grow the channel. And please click the notification bell so you can see whenever I have a vlog up. I do track days, installations, DIYs. I yell at cars a lot. And I also drive them and talk about them like I know what I'm talking about, even though I really don't. Anyway guys, thank you for watching.